Welcome to part 2 of our playthrough of the introductory scenario, The Haunting. Last time our investigators learned about the existence of a strange home that is commonly referred to as the Corbitt house, along with the peculiar happenings involving the first resident of that home, Walter Corbitt, such as a series of strange lawsuits and notes about the ritualistic murder of several children. Now rumors abound that all who set foot on his property meet a grim fate. Will our investigators survive in The Haunting Part 2, The Drowned Girl? So I figure we will pick up at the at Detective's Hook office unless y'all guys want to do something specific in the morning.
No, I think I'm waiting, like leaning impatiently against the wall next to Hook's office when he gets there.
Okay. So Zach, you heading over there first in the morning, or are we going to do anything first?
Relatively first thing. Not like showing up early or anything, but it'll be the first item in the day.
All right. So, Eric, or I guess rather Carlo, when you arrive, you see that Eric is standing against the wall, waiting for Detective Hook to show up. And, kind of in the hallway, there have been a bunch of, there's been some deliveries made. Lots of offices are having just these lots of boxes in front of their doors. Mail comes early around here. And there's a particularly big one kind of next to P. Hook's door, which, Daniel, I guess you're leaning on the other side or you're sitting on the box.
Actually, if he doesn't make his presence known as he's coming up, he'll see me talking with some of the people delivering the boxes.
Okay.
But I will quickly end the conversation when I see him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stealth it.
All right. You end up waiting for about 20-30 minutes before Detective Hook finally trudges his way up the stairs and gives y'all a little grunt as he heads inside his office, which was not locked.
It's rude to go in someone's office without
It's true.
All right, boys, tell me what's been going on.
Also, who doesn't lock their office in a public building?
Someone whose lock hasn't worked in that public building and can't afford to get it replaced.
I give him a very skeptical look. And I want to take a look at the lock.
Nod knowingly.
I mean, it turns, but it actually doesn't keep the handle from moving.
Let's see, what does that roll get me? How do I pin this? Oh, that's how I pin it. I rolled a 26
on locksmith.
On my locksmith.
So you're really convinced it's broken. You figure that if you wanted to, you could probably take this thing apart and fix it for him, but that's up to you.
No, I don't really want to. I'm being forced into this. I would rather see how it is very obviously repairable and say, nope, can't be fixed.
Totally and completely busted.
Okay, so what are y'all going to tell Hook in the way of updates?
I would give just very, since I don't really trust Hook, I would give him very vague generalities of, we found out that the house has changed ownership a couple of times until it is in the hands of the guy who owns it now. There's some history of mental illness associated with the owners of the house, including the one now.
Oops.
And today we intend to go into the house. I think that's as far as I would go.
Also, we seem to have gotten someone's attention. Now produce the brick.
do you produce the note along with the brick, or just the brick?
Yes, the note as well.
Okay. Otherwise, it's a brick. What about it?
Yes, that's a brick. Did you take it from the house, the library, or the newspaper yard?
Yes. No, the note also.
Okay, so after you tell him this stuff, he kind of jots down some notes, and he says, "Well, have you tried talking to Hall and his dame? That hospital is only about an hour or so away from here."
Didn't figure talking to insane people would be of use.
You're not wrong.
And what about Corbitt's body? Did you ever figure out where that ended up?
Oh, it's probably in the house. Probably attached to a spring to jump out at people.
Like rigged to the front door. Just
Cute, boys, cute. But try and find out what actually happened to it. Maybe you can try the Hall of Records or the City Hall, the law department. Maybe they have an official ruling on how that lawsuit ended.
Good advice, thanks.
I'll fidget at the thought of going to the City Hall law department.
All right, you boys are making decent progress. You got some leads. Keep following them.
Thanks, boss. Turn around, walk out.
And then he also gives you all your stipend for the day, passing along
I'll pretend
from
like I remembered that.
Stephen. Yeah.
Take it and walk out.
Are you also walking out, Carlo?
Yeah, I'll wait a tick, take my stipend, and then walk out.
Okay. I want both of you all to give me some spot hidden rolls as you walk out.
Spot hidden.
Click the thing. 35. Woohoo! Is 100?
100.
You got
bad.
a critical fail.
Oh, please tell me, like, Carlo walks into the door or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. He's too busy counting his money, kind of thumbing through it, and hits the door jamb, kind of on his way out. Let's see.
I've done that.
I do that all the time.
Eric, go ahead and give me another spot hidden.
One's not good enough for you?
It's not.
He passed a hard.
And John.
Yeah, I passed a hard one. This one was only a regular success.
John, go ahead and give me another one, please. Not spot hidden. Let's see. All right. Tied again, huh? Yeah, so I'm going to say, Eric, you notice as you are leaving the office that the box has moved locations and it's kind of shimmering down the hall a little bit. Before it stops moving as you walk out the door.
That's a perfectly normal thing. I'm going to kick the box and say, hey, who's in there?
As soon as you kick the box, it flies up in the air, and you instantly get grabbed into a chokehold. You want me to roll for brawl?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, it's not a very...
Oh, dang.
Oh, dang.
Okay,
All right.
So what really happens is that the box goes flying up, and John starts to move into a chokehold, and Eric, just through sheer surprise and reflexes, actually manages to reverse the hold back on John. He just barely slips under. And it's not that he's going for the chokehold. It's just that his arms come up and accidentally just gets him right around the neck.
As soon as I realize who it is, I'm going to let him go and say, what are you doing?
Kept you waiting, huh?
Who? You, Hook?
Both of you. I got here really early.
Oh, okay. Good job. I'll turn around and walk out again. Well, then I'll turn around back and say, since you got here so early, did you notice anything? Or could you see much from inside your box?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, good plan. Next time, make eye holes.
Discreet eye holes.
I think maybe John would actually grab out a piece of paper and a pen and take notes. Larger eye holes.
I'll mutter to myself as we walk out. At least you didn't spend the night at the house.
Yes, I did. I scoped at the house last night. No activities.
No creepy people moving around the house at night?
No.
There goes that theory. Maybe it's only on certain days. Okay. You guys want to go check out the house now?
I gotta step out for real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
In character or in person?
So I'm gonna say that I just walk right past this without even noticing. I'm thumbing through my wad of bills, and I'm just gonna be waiting outside for you guys to walk out.
When did I pass you guys?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Kind of rubbing the forehead a little bit.
Yeah. Oh man, stupid doors.
So at some point during last night or this morning, I would like to get a flashlight.
Okay. You do it, yeah.
Yay.
I mean, they're readily available, and they're not expensive.
Well, good.
If we're gonna go investigate a dark house, I want a flashlight. And
It's probably a safe bet, yeah.
let's see, in the mid-20s, what would be a completely normal melee weapon for someone to carry around? I'm thinking like a baton of some kind.
Yeah, you get
some
like
kind of
a billy
bludgeoning
club
weapon
or a baseball bat or, golf club. They all roll the same way.
But I'm trying to overthink what I would use to carry with me clearing a house. But it all comes down to probably like a 1d4 bludgeoning weapon, so...
Are you going for inconspicuous or just...
If I was walking down the street carrying it, I wouldn't want a second look. So I like the idea of a baseball bat, or maybe like a billy club that I could keep in a long pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm assuming we all have trench coats.
Because I know they haven't passed those laws yet, but I am not going to be walking around with a Tommy gun.
Yeah, about that.
Please tell me you have a Tommy gun.
Actually, I begged him not to have a Tommy gun.
The mechanics are just so complicated.
They really are. It's a thing and a half.
You need to roll to hit for every bullet that leaves the gun.
Yes.
And you have to tell me how many seconds you're going to hold the trigger down, and then roll that many.
Calculate out the
Close. Very close. And each time, each bullet has it to hit, and each bullet has a decreased percent chance of hitting.
Oh, per spray.
There is a point where the mechanics of a game become too real.
Yeah. So I beg that for this time around, let's skip the Tommy guns, and I'll slip slip isn't the right word.
Not allow the enemies to have Tommy guns?
Yeah, forego the Tommy guns, and I'll forego the mobs. We'll keep combat limited. So a small club is going to give you a 1d6 plus your damage bonus.
So I'm going to get a flashlight, a gun, and a billy club. I already have a lockpick and a first aid kit. What else do you guys think we need to go investigate a creepy house?
I'm still sad no one asked why I was in the cardboard box.
First off, I assumed that it was like a wooden crate, like you would ship animals in.
I like that.
And obvious Solid Snake references aside, why were you in the box?
I don't know. I was just looking at it, and then suddenly I had this irresistible urge to get inside. No, not just an urge. More than that. It was like it was my destiny to be here, in the box.
So did you arrange to have yourself shipped here, or did he have an empty box, man-sized, shipped to his house, or to his office?
No, John found it on his way. It was before light. John was heading back from the house to Detective Hook's office, and he found it on the streets.
Okay, so he delivered himself to the office.
What are you guys talking about?
All right, so where are you guys headed?
I'm assuming. Actually, do you guys want to look into that? Actually, I'll just ask Carlo, and I'll kind of glance at John. Hook mentioned that the Hall of Records might have some more information on where on the house or where this guy's body is. You guys want to look into that, or just go straight to the house?
I mean, might as well hit it while we're in town, right?
I agree.
More clues will lead us to the truth.
Oh, and I don't think we talked about it yet, but we did find out last session from the bartender that there was that creepy church that burned down in a hush-hush police raid, according to him.
Yes, that's what led me to believe that the cult moved operations to the house.
Right. Yes.
Because the owner of the house at the time was a member of the church, of the cult. Okay, so let's go and I should be taking notes. What was the name of the guy that died that wanted to have himself buried at the house?
Corbitt.
That was Corbitt.
There is no field on the character sheet for notes. No wonder I'm having trouble taking notes.
Yeah. If only you were on some sort of electronic computing device that had several note-taking programs just at your fingertips.
And I gotta click.
Ones that can process words.
Create text documents.
Maybe like a
That's
virtual
just a whole
notepad.
Or even a virtual word pad if you want to get fancy.
I like writing things down.
I actually remember things better if I write it down too.
It's a memory thing. If I don't write it down, it's not a real piece of information.
I'll second that.
Corbitt died question mark, had self buried in house question mark.
I heard the question mark on that sentence.
You can't. I am mitigating a little bit. You can't trust anything in a Call of Cthulhu game.
Yeah. So if you want names, Andrew Weber was the guy who made the house originally. Walter Corbitt is the one who bought the house from him.
Okay.
And then the man was David Hall, and the wife, I think I've only heard her addressed as Mrs. Hall at this point.
They're the ones who owned it after Corbitt, right?
Yeah, and their two children are the bartender told you are living somewhere south with family, Houston or San Antonio, somewhere like that.
Question mark.
Question mark. 30 yards with a lasso.
A whole
Question mark.
30-yard football field. It's a different time. So let's go to the Hall of Records. What is the layout of the Hall of Records? Is there a person we ask for records, or is this a self-serve situation?
Let's see. Meanwhile, at the Hall of Records. As you approach the Tarrant County Courthouse, where the Hall of Records is kept for Fort Worth, you are struck by how extravagant costs can produce plain-looking structures. Its arched and recessed windows combined with lots of pillars and a broad, elegant staircase strikes you as the work of a dyslexic architect who started off making a Gothic cathedral before getting mixed up and finishing everything off with an Italian flair. The peaked granite that makes up the exterior is certainly striking, but whoever thought that a copper roof with Fort Worth humidity clearly didn't have their heads on straight, as it was already getting that distinctive tarnished green look that all copper eventually gets. It's not until you get inside that you begin to understand how this building could have cost $500,000. The marble floors with their intricate design work could almost double as a mirror with how polished it is. Everywhere you look, there are extravagant stairways, spiral stairways, or domed vaulted ceilings with detailed paintings. It's a shame that in sharp contrast to the craftsmanship that was the final product of so many masters in their fields, the building is filled with the dour, uneducated workers riding out the clock to closing time. One fine example, a middle-aged woman with a bobbed haircut named Karen, leads you into the basement where the records are kept. She pushes up her glasses and haughtily tells you, "You have to leave by 4:30 this afternoon. If you have to come back, our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You are not allowed to take anything off the premises. Copies can be made of any document you require for 50 cents. Just give the documents you want a copy of to Earl over there, and he'll get it to the right person." She gestures toward an elderly black man sitting on a chair by the stairway reading a book wearing a security uniform with the name Carl embroidered on it. Pushing up her glasses, she leaves in a huff that your presence made her do her job and leaves you to do your research.
That is exactly what I expected.
What time?
These are my people, salt of the earth.
What time is it currently in game?
In game, it is right about 9 in the morning. In fact, I'm going to say it's actually 9:30 because P Hook showed up a little bit late.
Okay.
And we know the Hall of Records will not be open exactly on time. So are we going to be doing a library check?
You are.
Or for half a day's worth of work? Or
Yes.
do they have any kind of way to make this go faster? I do not want to spend half a day searching through the library again. If it looks like that's what's going to happen, I'm going to say, this is going to be a waste of time. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. That every time you do a library use, it's a 4-hour time commitment.
But this isn't a library. It's a Hall of Records.
What, you think Karen's going to help you look for stuff?
No, but shit, I already forgot his name too.
John
Security guard.
still doesn't like books.
So Karen introduced him as Earl, and his name says Carl.
Carl.
On his uniform.
So I'm going to turn away from the records and go talk to Carl Ern.
Okay.
Apparently, John is looking at books and can't read. Well, he's boggled by all the information he finds in the books.
And what about Carlo?
Oh.
All right, Carlo. So we'll leave that there for just a second. Eric, what do you want to talk to Earl/Carl about?
I'm going to ask him what his name is and try to get an idea of what his employment situation is.
Okay, so his name is in fact Carl. Earl quit 2 years ago. It's just Karen doesn't care enough about anyone but herself to actually pay attention to these details. And he's actually been employed there from long before Earl was around. He's an old timer, elderly man in his 60s who he spent his career doing different security jobs for the city of Fort Worth, and his most recent one being here in the basement of the Hall of Records.
I'm going to ask him if he knows anything about the house.
He says, "Oh yeah, pity what happened to them kids. I heard that Corbitt, the Corbitt house place, was somehow involved in it. By the time all the dust had settled, I think about half dozen of them had gone missing. People around here, they thought old Corbitt did it in that creepy church he went to, but no one ever found anything kid bodies, and nothing ever came of it."
Can you go into more detail on what you mean by kids going missing?
He kind of gives you a puzzled look, like, I felt like this sentence was self-explanatory. Yes, around the turn of the century, some kids, they just started to go missing. At first we thought maybe they had just run away from home, but they seemed like good kids, good families, no reason to leave home.
Families associated with the house, or just random neighbor kids?
Yeah, just random kids in the neighborhood, down south end of Fort Worth.
They all live in the Devil's Butthole, whatever we call that area. That does make Carl laugh quite a bit at the Devil's Butthole. No, the Hell's Half Acre is what that area is called, and right.
You know, they didn't live in the area, but they lived near the Half Acre.
Kids going missing in Hell's Half Acre for the last 20 years.
You know, I recall some hush-hush operation the police did around against the chapel, though I doubt there'd be any record about it here.
When did the kids stop going missing?
Oh, it happened real quick, within the span of 1 year. Just 5 of them gone.
A bunch of them went missing at once, and then they just stopped.
Yeah.
Where did it stop near to when that church burned down?
Yeah, around about that time. That sounds right.
Yeah, sounds about right too. Kids going missing for about a year, or about a year until church burned down. Church burned down.
Now, meanwhile, while you are getting some good info out of Carl, Carlo has found 2 handouts. So I've just shared with you handout 7 and 7A, which hopefully should be a little bit faster to load than the giant newspaper PDFs. So if y'all want to try and pull that up, if it gives you any problems...
7 open now.
Okay.
Walter Corbitt has been declared dead.
That's quite the succinct summary there, Eric.
I'm just summarizing it as I read it. First, I give, devise, and bequeath to the chapel of the Contemplation and Church of Our Lord, Granter of Secrets, the ownership of my property at 1500 Houston Street, Fort Worth, Texas. Second, the home at 1500 Houston Street, Fort Worth, Texas, is to remain in an unaltered state and with nothing removed or added except as deemed necessary by my executor of the will, Reverend Michael Thomas, which I'm guessing is Reverend of that church, for the lawfully required upkeep of the property. I authorize the selling of my rights to the firm Corbitt, Dunham & Pierce to Dunham at the agreed price of $5,000, bequeath the sum to the church. The aforementioned stipulations are only valid as long as my earthly remains are entombed in the basement of the church, of the house. We still don't know if his body was actually buried there.
Let's see, does someone have handout 7A up by any chance?
I'll try to get to it. On the 22nd day of September 1866, the will of Walter M. Corbitt, late 1500 Houston Street, Fort Worth, County of... What is it? Tarnay?
Tarrant.
Tarrant.
Deceased, who died on the 4th day of September 1866 at 1500 Houston Street, was proved in the county registry attached to the state of Texas at Fort Worth by the executioner of the will, or executor of the will. And it's just a witness statement of his death. Reverend Michael Thomas, pastor of the Church of Consultation. What? I can't.
Contemplation
Yeah.
and
Contemplation Church.
Church of Our Lord, Granter of Secrets.
So the person who declared him dead was also the pastor of the church that he was going to.
Oh, the executor of the will, yeah.
Oh, it's like,
And then witnessed by Pete Dunham.
Have we heard that name before? That sounds...
He literally just read his name in the will.
Yes, I feel like I should have. Otherwise, oh, okay.
That he authorizes the selling of his rights to the firm
Dunham and
Corbitt,
Pierce.
Dunham and Pierce to Dunham at the agreed price of $5,000.
But it's not weird to see the same names a couple of times in someone's death documents. Trust a couple people that they knew to execute their last wills. He tells
Nothing
himself, knowing
nothing
that it
strange
is-
here. No cult church going on.
Oh no, totally a cult church. But we don't know that Dunham is a part of the church. He might just be Corbitt's only friend who he trusted to execute his will or to witness it. Okay, so I'm sticking with my theory that he might actually have died, but the cult totally took over the house. Okay, so I have a feeling that when we go investigate this house later today, we're totally going to find a secret door to a basement and find the cult still operating out of it.
I don't know if it's still operating. It's been a while.
Do we
Right.
know where the church is located? Or no, it burnt down, but it was across the river.
That's right. The bartender, he gave you a rough map on a napkin, which if you look at a map of Fort Worth today, it is
Which I am.
where 183 meets up with 360. In 1923, 183 didn't exist yet, and it was still being planned out. So it was still a couple homes there. They got bought out, and it got turned into an interstate.
So something I asked a couple of times before realizing I've been muted for quite some time
Oh,
is did we know that Corbitt had a firm?
no, this was the first time it's come up.
Okay, that might be worth looking into.
Assuming law firm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you hope to find by looking into the law firm? That he worked there? That they handled a bunch of missing person adoption cases? That the family of David Hall and his kids weren't actually adopted?
So those would have all been great things. I'm going to be forthright and let you know. I never thought to actually do anything with a law firm location. It's not a location on the map, unfortunately.
Just say it burnt down a horrible fire. There was nothing remaining.
After the sale, the law firm dissolved.
Yeah.
All record for
Rocks fall, the law firm dies.
Yeah, that's what it was. One of them freak hell spouts opened up and
From the devil's butthole.
from the devil's butthole, yes.
All right. Well, I think we're done here, guys. I think we need to go investigate this house. I think we've fiddled around the paperwork enough.
Agreed.
Yes, also agreed.
And where are you fine lads be heading now?
To the house.
To the house, to the
Yep.
house, to the house, to the house.
Flashlight and billy clubs in hand.
All right.
Oh, And on the way, I will pick up a lighter.
Okay.
Can I just say that John already has a lighter for his cigarettes?
I am not surprised, but I want my own.
And then, did y'all want copies of these documents you got, or you just took notes and you left them where they are?
Took notes and put them back where they came from.
Okay.
Or hand them back to Carlo and have him do it since he found them.
Now that you're actually mentioning it, I think it would be a wise idea to take copies. And it wasn't that expensive. It was what, you said 20 cents?
50 cents a pop.
Oh, okay. So $1 for one of each.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'll take him to
Carl.
and ask him where the Xerox machine is.
He gives you a funny look. What machine?
The coffee machine. Not handing the paper.
Yeah, so what he does is he makes a note of the form number, and then he takes them over to. He's the one who's going to take them to the location to get copied, and then, or he doesn't take them. He needs to watch y'all. He sends a courier. It gets copied. Within about half an hour, they come back with a little stamped seal, and someone has handwritten a copy for you. Xerox machine.
That's pretty efficient for a hand copy.
Yeah, they're pretty short documents.
Yeah, I guess.
And we paid good money for them.
Yeah, so what y'all got there was Corbitt's will, and just a note that the will was executed, basically. That he dead, it's when he dead, and these are the people who oversaw it.
So, is anyone else confused by the fact that when Corbitt died, he gave his house to the church, and the next record we have of it, the house is now owned by David Hall. And then after he owned it, what was the name of the guy who owns it now? It went Hall and then current owner, right?
Yeah, Mr. Knott.
Mr. Knott. That's not suspicious. Owns now. Is anyone else confused by how the house went from ownership of the church to random people who are going crazy? With no record of a sale or anything like that?
Well, they're valid only so long as his earthly remains are entombed there. And wasn't there some issue with that?
True. We didn't find any record of the lawsuit to block his remains from being buried there, though. Only one way to find out.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll bring a shovel.
Good idea.
That
Make sure
is...
it's a collapsible entrenching e-tool.
Yeah.
Okay, so headed to the house or headed somewhere else?
To the house.
To the house.
To the Corbitt house.
To the Weber house.
Whatever. Not the librarian's house.
I mean, that or we look up this cultic church and see where they're located.
I don't think we're going to find out anything new. I think we're going to find out they did a bunch of weird shit when they existed, then they burned down and have been not heard from since.
Yeah. Salted the lot. Nothing has been built over it, that kind of thing.
All right, so last time you guys were here, Zach, you stayed outside and off the property. Eric and John, y'all...
I feel like that's a bad thing.
What's that?
You keep bringing up that Zach stayed off the property. I feel like that's a bad thing.
Just keeping
It's a distinction.
Just keeping everyone track of where everyone was, Eric and John went into the backyard. John made his own exit hole.
For instance.
Y'all found that there was a shed, as well as a greenhouse off the side, and the remnants of what looked maybe like a well. Just a couple stones sitting in a circular arrangement.
Could also be a campfire pit.
Is there a deep hole? There's a big difference between a well and a campfire.
True, y'all did not go to look at anything except the shed. So the only thing y'all investigated in the backyard was the shed.
Now hold up a minute. John, did you spend the night in the house or watching the house?
Across the street.
Okay.
Watching the house.
Okay, good. Just checking.
All right. Can we investigate the brick circle to see if it was a well or a fire pit?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I want to pick up a pebble or a rock or something and go up to this well, and if there is a hole, drop it to see how long I can hear for a sound.
Or dig in the center of the circle and see if there's ash.
Yeah, so just so y'all know, one of the things in Cthulhu is y'all don't necessarily have to stick together. So at any point that you do not want to be with the party, please let me know. Just so I can keep track of where everyone's going as we do our investigations.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, the DM is telling us to split the party.
I am not telling you to split the party. I'm saying that this is something I see a lot, or this is something I whenever I listen to the different playthroughs of different modules, one of the challenges that DMs do have to face with Cthulhu is that people are like, yeah, you know what, we're dead meat anyway, so why stick together?
Let's split up, gang.
Maybe that's why everyone always dies.
I think it's a good theory. I do. Also, people with language skills. I asked y'all last week or 2 weeks ago, what did you want your foreign language to be? Because you actually have to pick what it's going to be.
Oh.
Honestly, I think mine would be Chinese.
Okay. Interesting choice.
Italian.
German.
All right.
I did a little bit of research on what the languages in that time would have been. But I've forgotten everything I looked up.
Oh,
should I mention something to the party, Matt?
it is entirely up to you how much you want to reveal.
Well, okay. On language, do we ask each other like, "Hey, do you guys speak any other languages?"
I mean,
I don't know. Do you?
I wouldn't volunteer that unless it came up naturally. But
well, what if John asked you?
yeah, I speak a little bit of Italian from the old country.
Holy crap!
I'm pretty fluent with German. So if you see any texts or anything inside the building in German, let me know.
I'm glad no one picked Spanish.
Why's that?
What?
In 1925, it was made a criminal offense to give instructions in Spanish in a public school in Texas. Holy crap!
We've changed a little bit since 1925.
In 1883,
Just a little bit.
It was made law to teach school in English.
Now it's illegal not to do it in Spanish.
Yes, how the turns have tided. 1846, Texas enacted legislation requiring laws to be translated into German.
I guess we had a large German population at the time.
Yeah, Texas does have pretty rich German heritage. That's right.
Huh.
John, can you adjust your mic just a little bit? We're getting some breathing in it.
Sorry.
No worries.
Given lack of any other information, I would say my language is probably German.
Oh, I feel all left out.
All right. Okay, so you're going to check out this brick circle thing. So hidden amongst the tall grass at the back of the property, you notice a low, gray stone circle. On closer inspection, you realize it's the beginning of a storm drain, paved with stones. Following it down, you find a circular drain about 2 feet in diameter covered with a metal grating. As you're brushing away some of the dirt and overgrowth around the storm drain, you end up exposing some graffiti written in German. You also notice some odd etchings in the stones that look less like a natural pattern and more like a symbol or a cultish formula.
Would my character be able to read that German?
Give me a language other roll to see if you can translate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this looks like kraut speak.
There's roly stuff.
You can't say that. You're not the World War I vet.
Did it roll?
Okay, language other. It rolled.
Wait, that's my language. Where's yours?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what?
I apparently can't read German text.
So I guess just to keep things moving, whenever it's not working, just tell me your roll, and I trust you all to be honest, guys.
It was 62, so just barely beat 69.
Okay.
And then I could try to read it. Did it go again? Yeah, no, I sent it again. There it
Yeah,
goes.
that time you got a 71.
Okay. Which is fine. We'll keep the 62. No worries. So yeah, what it says is, drown eternal, I devour your tortured essence.
Fun.
What can I look at the cultist markings?
Yeah, you can look at the markings surrounding this. You know, it's not a well, but it's like a 2 foot wide storm drain with just a grating sitting on top, kind of loosely.
Does it look like they are putting a type of language, or just like cult was here kind of thing?
More like the cult was here. So if you've ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, you know the symbols they draw all over the place. Oh gosh, guys, it's
I don't know why, but this feels like an important clue. So John's gonna grab out a piece of paper and a pencil and do an impression of it. How large is it?
How large it's so you got the sewer grate, and then on the stone right just in front of it or behind it, depending on where you're standing, it's written, and it's probably about a foot of text.
Oh,
just kind of carved into the stone itself. Which I guess a stone wouldn't necessarily, stone brick would be more in the 8 inches, so about 8 inches.
Okay, that's in the realm of a piece of paper being able to fit over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take a piece of paper.
Rubbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a piece of paper over it and do a rubbing of it, so I have it on the paper.
All right.
Can I take the grate off?
You can.
And can I drop a rock or something down the well, see down the hole, see what's in there?
Yeah. So you take the grate off, and I guess go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
Can I look too?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think you got it.
Do you see my 29, Matt?
I do. Yes. I was just waiting for John's roll to come in, or if you roll and it doesn't show up, just tell me what it was, and there it goes. Okay. So yes, Eric sees.
Can't read, but what do I see?
Okay.
Right.
So Eric, you spot the pale, bloated corpse of a young girl chained to the bottom of a well. Her dark hair floats around her like a halo, and stitched across her eyelids in golden thread you can see softly glowing runes. Her head is tilted upward as if longing for the surface, or as if she's staring intently back up at you. Give me a POW roll.
What now?
POW.
A POW.
A POW.
For power, right?
Yes.
Short for power.
So close.
It's hard. I got a regular.
Yeah.
You rolled a 33. So close, Daniel. So close. Okay, so
to a hard success. But what is a regular success?
go ahead and
Quick question.
yeah.
Can you burn luck to bring it up past regular, like if you want to push it into hard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do that after you tell me what a regular gets me?
No.
Okay.
So first off, Daniel.
I feel like this is important. So I'm going to push that. I'm going to spend 3 points to push that to a hard success.
Oh, you're doing that now?
Yeah.
Dirty
but
dog.
Before you even tell me what happens, I want to.
Okay, so also, I need you to give me a sanity roll.
Oh Lord. Sanity roll. I'll just click that button and see what happens.
You failed your sanity. You can have 4 points of sanity removed from you for seeing this.
Like I know how to do that.
So on your sheet,
50 down to 46.
yep.
Oh, I should be doing this
Go ahead and everyone, as long as we're talking about this, note what your sanity is at right now. And
Wait, do you roll for sanity? What?
no, so on your character sheet, you'll have a note up toward the top right-hand corner saying what your sanity level is. Make a note of what your current sanity level is, because if you lose... actually, it might just be 5 points. If you lose like 5 points in an hour, you go temporarily insane in a specific way.
Why is mine current not at my maximum?
Because your current is going to be equal to your POW, I believe it was.
Okay.
And then your
So
magic is
maximum's more
like
of a
1/5 of your
theoretical
POW.
max.
Yeah, and then let's see, John.
And then that gives
I
me
actually
56.
also need
Hey,
you
good.
to give me a POW roll.
A power roll. Okay.
So I realize this is kind of after the fact, but I went in there with them, but was kind of hanging back. I wasn't really interested in sticking my head in the hole.
Nope.
That's fine.
Okay.
There we go.
There it goes.
Okay.
So what do these power rolls get us?
Okay, so Daniel, you chose to spend points to get down to a hard success. And John, are you going to do anything, or are you happy with your 45?
Okay with my 45.
Okay.
I'd be a regular.
Yeah, so what happens is, as you both are kind of peering into this well, Daniel, you suddenly feel yourself pulled hard. But you're able to stand firm against the pulling. Like, you kind of surge forward a little bit, as if someone had just grabbed your shirt and yanked, but you're okay. John, on the other hand, you just get totally drugged down, and your feet slip out from underneath you. I need you to give me a luck roll. Or, excuse me, I need you to give me a dex roll.
Dex roll. Okay.
And is there anything I can do to grab it?
There's not at this point.
God.
I don't see any rolls yet. All I hear is John going, "Oh no!"
Did that not go through?
No.
No. But I have a fit. There it goes.
See, there we go. Yeah, take that one.
I keep hitting test by accident.
What was your first one?
100.
Oh, sorry, John. We're gonna roll with this since I was nice and let you use your test roll on the last one. We're gonna be consistent and use your test roll for this one. You have been pulled into the well, and doing your dex actually wouldn't have prevented you from falling to the well. It just would have determined the damage you got. So
If you nosedived or if you bounced along the walls on the way down.
But good news is it's the same amount. You take 1 point of damage, even though you failed your dex.
Can I still make? Can I make a verbal reaction? Ah!
Yep.
1
You-
point of damage.
Are now face down in the well, looking straight into the glowing eyes of the drowned girl.
What,
Give me a sanity check.
All right, send to chat.
Oh, you lucky. That is very fitting to us.
All right. He is gonna yell, "Someone get me out of here!"
How deep is this well?
Okay, so it is about 15 feet from the grate to the water, and then another, let's see, like another 15 feet down to the bottom of the well.
Okay.
That's
Does anybody have any rope?
I do.
Okay, so
Stay there. We'll go.
wait. So here's what we'll do. First off, Wes, take a single point of sanity loss because you succeeded your sanity roll. So you succeeded, so you only take 1 point sanity.
Okay.
Then give me a luck roll, and if your luck succeeds, we will say that the rope got yanked off of you and is on the ground behind you.
Hold on. I'm trying to. Okay.
that would be quite lucky.
I'm trying.
I magically dropped my rope before I jumped in the well.
Luck roll. You said.
Yep.
Um. Yeah, I'm trying to learn where. Oh, here's luck. Send the chat.
Oof.
Oof, almost.
Not lucky.
Okay, so what everyone else can do if they want to is you can do a luck roll of your own to see if you just happen to remember that, Carlo keeps some rope in the back of his car to deal with people who need some special shoes,
I was thinking I might have rope in my car. Is it luck to remember if I have rope in my own car?
It's luck to see if the rope is actually in the car.
Good. Let's see.
Is that a luck roll or is that my value?
I got us covered, guys. Don't worry.
Okay. So, while this is going on, John, the drowned girl, has grabbed a hold of you.
Oh, good lord.
The first round that's going on here, John, you are going to drop 5 feet down. Zach, in this first round, you can run to the car and get the rope.
All right.
Can
I
I
would
grapple?
like to note my luck roll of 1.
Can I grapple the drowned girl myself and stab her with my knife?
Okay, so in order to get free, what you're going to want to do is make a brawl roll. Yes.
Brawl.
Okay, and she is also going to make a brawl roll. And you definitely beat that. You're good. So you have broken free of her grasp. And she's going to continue downward. Just for a little bit, because she was dropping like a rock. So when you broke free, she kept going down, and your forward momentum stopped.
Okay.
Okay, so you are no longer grappled, but you are underwater. At this point, you can see that the girl is in fact chained to the bottom of the well. And
Okay.
you, let's see, you're not drowning yet. You're fine.
What's the size of the hole? This is like a 2-foot hole.
Yep.
So he barely fits in it.
Yep.
Okay. I was thinking, what if I tied the brick to the end of my rope to make sure it, stayed taut? But nah.
Tie the brick to a rope and throw it.
No luck could hit me in the head.
All right, so let's go grab the rope, throw it down to him.
Yeah, I'm sprinting for it.
Okay, so
Stay there.
okay, so that's going to end the first round here. Let's start up the second round. During the second round, a round is supposed to be just long enough for people to be able to act once. We're going to fudge it just a little bit and say it's enough time for Zach to run the car during the first round, and during the second round, you can get back, Zach, just to keep things moving along here.
It's fair. Fastest I've moved in years.
John, you see that the girl is no longer sitting down, but is starting to come back up toward you. What are you going to do?
My instinct would be to pull out my pistol and shoot her.
Blub, blub.
But I don't know if I would have room to actually do that.
There's also the underwater problem.
Is there... Oh, and I'm underwater?
You are underwater.
Can I climb to get to at least above water?
Give me a climb check.
And...
Do you want to burn luck or push that roll?
How much luck would I have to burn?
19.
That's
a lot of luck.
Well, technically, if you pushed it, you have a 51% chance of getting it.
Yeah. I'll push it.
Okay.
So just go again.
Yep.
I roll.
What is this even doing?
Yes.
Okay, so
I beat an extreme.
So, and that's actually really good, because what you are doing right now, this is a 2-foot diameter hole. You really don't have the ability to get your head upright.
Oh, he's like head first too.
You are head first. But what you have done is you have found handholds and you are pushing yourself back up out of the water, and you're bracing your feet on either side. So you're like shimmying up backwards of this hole.
Nope.
John makes lots of grunting noises as he does this.
Nope. We are noping our way out of this.
I imagine actually you should hear him saying nope underwater.
Nope. If he's upside down in this narrow hole, the rope's not gonna help him too much.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah. Your catch.
Okay, so while you are climbing back up, she is heading toward you with great speed. And that's what she's going to be doing during this. Eric, are you doing anything during all this?
The music is getting louder.
I'm honestly probably just waiting for him to get back with the rope and watching in confusion. There's nothing I can do to help. I will lend assistance for him climbing up if that's the thing I can do.
At this time, it is not. Okay, so round 3. Carlo, you are going to make it back at this point.
All right.
John, I'm going to need you to give me another brawl.
And brawl.
Okay. All right, that is going to be fine. She shoots out of the water, speeding toward you just like a bottle rocket, basically. However,
chain.
It is just long enough. Is the answer? Just long enough for this. But
Good answer.
she, however, does not get you. She like grabs you, but you are still too wet from the water, and she doesn't get a good hold, and so she falls back down into the well.
Okay.
Carlo.
So I'm gonna grab one end of the rope and like twist it off on my arm a little bit to kind of hold it, and I'm just gonna kind of, chuck the other end down into the hole, sans brick,
Okay.
and kind of back up a little bit to set my footing.
All right. So at this point, what I'm gonna need is you to give me a strength. And
All right.
Eric, you are free to kind of like grab onto the rope with him and help him
I would
pull.
hope you would.
What we'll do is we'll just give Zach an advantage on this. So Zach, go ahead and
okay.
hit delayed roll.
All right, the click to roll thing.
Yep. And the way this is work. Oh, okay. Well, that's what she wrote. That's what she wrote. What I was going to say is that we were going to take the 6 from your first roll and the 10 spot from whatever you got on this roll. However, I don't have this pinned. All right. However, you got a 40, so you still made a 46, which is fine. That still is good enough to pull him up, and we'll just say that that John, you were able to grab onto this, and it's able, like, you're able to use that as your hand point and kind of work your way up with your feet keeping balance through all this. And they are able to pull you back up out of the well.
All right.
Okay, so now there is a well with a creepy drowned girl in the bottom of it.
So I'm going to pull everyone away from the well for a couple feet and
What'd
say,
you go diving for, man?
Well, wait, what are you doing?
I have no idea what happened.
Because John's first reaction would be pull out his pistol and see if he can shoot her.
we're not going to go shoot the small child at the bottom of the well.
No, John would pull out his pistol and try to shoot her.
I think that would be a reasonable course of action given what he experienced.
So I'm trying to talk to everybody, and John is trying to shoot the drowned girl in the well.
I am totally confused.
Yeah. You'll have to talk it out. What are y'all gonna...
John. I'll actually just try to hold him, keep him from shooting into the well.
Okay, so both of you will give me a brawl, and we will see who is able to do what.
God.
Why
Well,
can't
there's a chance.
I aid? Arts and crafts, charm. I don't actually fighting brawling. There it is.
Okay, wow. What a roll, Eric. Yes, you are able... Extreme success. You are able to actually disarm John with this. And we'll say what happened is that John was so focused on getting his shot off that you were able to come in and just slam his hand upward, and the gun, because his hands were wet at that time, the gun popped out, and you were able to grab the gun before John could get it back.
Give me back my pistol.
In just a second.
What is there, buried treasure under there?
We were asked to investigate this house, and we just found a dead body.
Oh.
I'm about to make it more dead.
I'm not going to question why the dead body was moving around and reaching for you, but I definitely feel like at this point we should be calling the cops. This is not something that we were asked to do on our own. This house has a history of missing children. We just found a missing child.
Fine, do what you want.
Coiling my rope with an incredulous look.
I'll hand him his gun back and make to go contact the police. I don't know how you do that in the 1920s.
You'd have to go find a phone booth or.
Pull out my cell phone.
No, you'd use the car phone. Come on now.
Oh, okay.
No, the shoe phone.
I pull a fox out of my pocket.
Is it a gray fox?
No, it's a red fox. You a madman? This is an urgent message.
Okay, so Eric, your plan is to leave the premises and find an officer or phone. Call the police.
I will ask these two to stay here and watch the well, make sure the creepy dead girl doesn't disappear or crawl out.
Wait, so there was a dead body, but it's not dead?
Don't look in there and try to investigate anymore, or you'll have to make a sanity check.
Sounds like there's treasure in there.
Matt.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's eternal treasure in there. Why don't you go look and dive in there?
Even though it's only 1 hit point, can John take a break and do a first aid check to regain 1 hit point?
You can do a first aid to get a hit point back. Otherwise, if this goes on, you'll sleep. You'll regen 1 hit point.
Looks like the way it's
Man,
going.
the dice are not in your favor tonight.
Oh. What really drives me nuts is every other game rolling high is good.
I know.
Yep. And I did confirm that it's more or less reasonably random. Just sucks.
I think I'm just getting all the good ones.
I'm getting a few good ones too.
I'm getting all
I had that good climb.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, you had that great climb.
All right, so what?
I guess I'm the chaperone since I have the car. Ugh.
Right,
We're leaving John here. We're leaving Mr. Jumpson Wells here to guard the well.
But yeah, so I'd have to drive you. It does sound like a problem.
All right, if they leave me here, I'm going to sit at the fence, but looking at the well with my gun and knife in hand.
Okay.
That's a totally normal thing that didn't get Rambo in trouble.
Now, would it be reasonable to walk to a police station from here?
I was going to say, if you want to go, you guys are aware that probably the closest phone would be at the White Elephant.
Okay.
The bar you were at, where you got the chocolate milk the other day.
I should have gone with them for the chocolate milk.
How far away walking / driving distance is that?
The Hell's Half Acre is just like a 5-block radius kind of thing. This is not a very big area at all.
So reasonable to walk to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a police station in the Hell's Half Acre?
There is not. The closest police station would be probably about a 6-minute drive if you want to drive to the police station.
I feel like that'd be more productive than going to a bar and calling the police.
Mm. Did you take a picture on your cell phone?
No, but I have an etching.
Yeah. No.
Rubbing.
Can we leave Divey McClimbs a lot alone for half an hour?
That was my rubbing. So unless they asked for it, they don't have it.
You don't need your rubbing. So we're discussing this standing in front of the car before we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go to the police station.
Let's drive to the police station and see what they say.
All right.
If they tell us to screw up, we'll know we're on our own.
Again, John, are you going to stay behind or are you going to go with them to the police station?
Does anyone try to convince me to go with them?
No, I want someone to stay here and watch the well.
Yeah, and I have to drive, so
yeah, I stay behind then.
yeah,
Okay.
don't do anything dumb. Peace.
As I said, like my back onto the fence, facing the well, pistol and knife drawn.
Okay.
All right, Matt.
Yeah.
This is what I want. This is what I want my character to do. The moment they get in the car and they're out of sight, John runs down the block to the nearest hunting store.
Okay.
He runs in with a rush, but tries to collect his stamina, his breath, his collective. Looks around casually for a few moments, like he's just browsing. And then, as soon as the shop owner asks him, like, "Oh, can I help you find anything?" John asks for either a shotgun or one piece of TNT.
You can get a shotgun.
Okay. So does the shop owner just brush over the TNT?
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, we don't carry that. Maybe a construction store might have something like that.
He purchased the shotgun, and he's asked why. He said he's going on a hunting trip in Morgan.
Okay.
It's a long ways.
Once he acquires the shotgun, and he probably doesn't buy a lot of rounds. He's in a rush. He buys just a handful of whatever small boxes. He runs back to the to the house. If he beats the other two there, he takes the shotgun, points it down the well, and fires it.
All right. So here's how we'll do this. Decide who gets back first.
Did you hear his course of action, Daniel?
No. All I heard was something like, we'll see how that turns out, or something.
All right, then let's leave it at that.
Okay, so everyone give me a luck roll right now.
I'm working on it.
Right now.
At least I know how to do that now.
Oh. Okay, I made mine good.
John is not lucky today.
Or is he?
My luck roll is a 12.
Okay. Which way to rule this? Okay, so Daniel and Zach will get back prior to John.
John left.
Why was he rolling physical dice?
Because his thing is screwed up.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the way this is going to work is that regardless of how much time you boys spend at the police station, you still manage to beat John from getting back. Be it because paperwork or it takes him a while to find a gun shop as he's running around blindly here. Whatever reason, y'all guys managed to get back before he
he's got
does.
the legally mandated half an hour waiting period. This is Texas, after all.
Texas in 1923, but
That's why it's 30 minutes.
So, for Eric and Carlo, heading up Throckmorton Street, you eventually arrive at Belknap. Crossing over Taylor, you arrive at the Tarrant County Criminal Justice Center. The large building dominates the entire block and towers 10 stories above you. Its very existence hangs over you oppressively, and for a moment, it seems to remind you of every minor infraction you committed in the past. Do they know about that time you missed the trash can and didn't go back to pick up your garbage? Are you really confident you fill out your taxes perfectly? The moment quickly passes, however, and you remember that you're not a third grader squirming under Mrs. Surratt's disdainful gaze. You're a fully grown adult whose life would make her squirm uncomfortably for the realization that all she's accomplished in her life is making a career out of bullying little children. You enter the building and walk up to the corporal sitting at the welcoming desk, a still wet behind the ears boy whose badge informs you is named Pyle.
Kyle?
Pyle.
Pyle, like Gomer.
Like Gomer,
Like
yes.
Gomer, yes.
I'd like to report a dead body.
Corporal Pyle stops in the middle of what he's doing and looks up. Pardon?
Yeah, that was kind of my reaction too. We were at the old Corbitt house, and we found a dead body.
Officially sanctioned PI stuff.
Yeah, we're PIs working for Mr. Hall. We were at the Corbitt house doing an investigation, and we found a dead body in a well.
Did he say Mr. Hall?
Hall, Hall. That's who hired us, right?
Yeah.
No, Hook.
No. Oh.
Hook. Okay. Hook.
Right.
Yeah, that guy.
Hall is
whatever.
Hall is the guy who's over in the insane asylum.
Right. The
Yes,
previous
that's the guy who I hired us. I'm going with that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna leave with the truth. See where we get.
Okay, so tell you what. You know what? Yeah, he's gonna believe you. He rushes off to go get kind of the sergeant on duty. While he's doing that, Daniel, what role would it be for this? Why don't you give me an app roll? APP.
Okay.
It's appearance. Yeah.
67.
And what's your app?
68.
Oh, okay.
Oh. My app is 30.
Okay,
How are
so
you so rich and you look like crap?
when you're wealthy, you don't need looks.
I come from rich blood. Does not mean I come from sophisticated blood.
Okay, so yeah, Daniel, while you're waiting for the sergeant on duty to come back, you happen to notice kind of one of your contacts there at the police station, and he sees you and comes over. Who his name will be Red. He is a captain. And he looks at
Hey,
you.
Captain Red.
He goes, Eric, what are you doing here? You in trouble, boy?
No, we're doing an investigation over at the Corbitt house. We found a dead body in the well.
He gives you a very like, are you pulling my leg right now? When did you get into the private eye business?
So there's
About
this,
3 days ago.
I'm being blackmailed.
He
You know why?
he nods his head. Okay, all right.
What?
Tell me more about this dead body, then we'll see what we can't do about your blackmail situation.
I describe the well on the property and the body of the girl we saw at the bottom of the well. I leave out any weird stuff like glowing golden thread or her coming to life and trying to grab it, John.
So a big part of it.
I'm not going to try to sound crazy.
Okay, so he kind of rubs his chin for a minute. Corbitt place, huh? Where them kids went missing.
Yeah, that's tied to what we were investigating.
Tell you what, you boys come back with me for a minute. He leads you into kind of a record-keeping area where there's really not anyone around. In fact, he makes a very distinct point of making sure that the area is completely empty before he starts opening some file cabinets and rummaging around. When I was new on the force, back in the late 1800s, he's an older gentleman here. I had to do some file keeping, and I remember a file that had something to do with the Corbitts. I just gotta find it. Okay, yeah, here it is, and he is going to give you the following handout.
Which I will need, Zach. I will need someone else to read to.
Yes. Well, I mean, Matt could pull it up on the thing.
The thing.
The screen share thing.
Okay, so
Streamlabs any bigger?
he just gave you handout 8.
8.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and read it for y'all here. It says, case number XK387-R, Incident Police Raid. Reporting officer Detective James Barrister. Date of the report, May 15th, 1912.
Oh, recently.
Based on the sworn affidavit of witnesses outlined in case file SR-71, I, along with my partner, Grant Hasloff, and Officer Phelps, Dunn, and Lopez, were ordered by Commissioner Turgeston to enter the Chapel of Contemplation and terminate all members with extreme prejudice.
Holy crap!
We arrived at 23:30 hours under cover of moonlight and took a defensive position behind our vehicles. Detective Heslov called to the congregation on the bullhorn, ordering them to blank and surrender. Before he could finish speaking, I heard a gunshot and realized Detective Haslov had been shot in the throat. I called for backup, but he was already dead. I ordered Dunn and Lopez to flank the building to the right, and as I and Officer Phelps provided covering fire. Our superior firepower effectively suppressed the congregation inside, and we were able to push forward in standard 2x2 cover formation. Upon reaching the chapel doors, I ordered Phelps to cover me while I entered and cleared the main room. Dunn and Lopez entered through the rear simultaneously. As we entered, I heard Phelps vomiting behind me. He pointed to the ground, and I saw the redacted. It was at this point that Officer Phelps put the firearm in his mouth and pulled the trigger. I again called for backup. We heard sounds coming from the basement below, so the remaining officers and myself descended the stairs. We observed a total of 54 men, cloaked in black robes, chanting in a foreign language and holding what appeared to be chalices of wine circled around a table. Lopez indicated to me that the language was Latin. Among the cloaked men, we recognized several people, most notably redacted Lit. Officer Dunn then screamed and began firing his firearm wildly into the crowd. He was crying and pointing at redacted in the center of the room, redacted, into more chalices on another table underneath. Officer Lopez fainted and Dunn charged into the group of men. I quickly took a lantern from the wall and broke it onto the stone floor, sending the entire chapel up in flames. I escaped the chapel as we arrived, but could not find Officers Dunn or Lopez in the ensuing chaos.
Huh.
So, after letting you read that, Captain Red quietly puts it back and says, "Now look, I can't let you make a copy of this. This stays just between you and me, Eric. If this can help with your investigation, then it's worth showing you it. But you never saw this document officially."
Man, that was a hell of an order. Any idea of what led to the order to terminate everyone in the building?
Not precisely. If I had to make a guess, though, it had something to do with the missing children. There was strong speculation around that time that the kids who had gone missing, it must have been 20 years before then, had something to do with the people at the Chapel of Contemplation.
We think that as well.
Is there any chance we can talk to Detective Barrister?
I'm afraid not. It wasn't too many years later before he took his own life.
What was the name of the one officer who survived? Or the officer who survived?
Barrister?
Barrister.
Okay.
That's the
guy who was
right
making
up.
the report. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they ever, once the building burned down, did they ever go do an investigation, identify bodies, pull it, figure out who all died there?
Several people were taken in for questioning. Not everyone died that night. However, my understanding is that there was no trial. Everyone just quietly disappeared. Not died, just they weren't on the record anymore. Names were gone out of official reports. Everything just quietly went away.
Yeah. Conspiracies are like that.
Yeah, sketchy.
And so's bad filing. I don't know if I'd go so far as say anyone was in a conspiracy. Though it certainly isn't the most,
black out parts of documents.
And especially most notably, these are the people I saw parts being blacked out. That kind of leads to a conspiracy. So, got a question for you, Kyle. We think the cult is operating out of the house again. If we get into it, can we depend on you? Can we depend on your help?
Of course, Eric.
All right. What do you think do you think I'm going to make any progress by getting the police out to this house before we get into it?
Tell you what, Eric. You say you saw a dead person in a well. I'll come with you personally, and we'll check it out together.
How long have I known Kyle?
Where this is going.
This is a Captain Red, and
Kyle was the
Kyle
front desk corporal.
Pyle was the...
Oh, Pyle, yeah.
Gomer, that's right.
Yeah, he was the corporal at the front.
This is Red. We're talking.
Speaking of, we kind of let him go fetch whoever and then left.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So yeah, you have known Captain Red just for a relatively short time, but he is someone who is very sympathetic to your cause. It believes believes that the police force would be a prime place for such a thing.
At this point, I'd be surprised if it's not already, but that doesn't mean I trust him not to be a cult member. So I will...
Is he the captain of this precinct or just a captain?
Just a captain.
Okay.
I'll say Officer Gomer over there was going to go get a superior. Let's follow the chain of command and at least check in with whoever he brings.
All right. So you'll head back to the front, where a very, very angry-looking sergeant is berating Corporal Pyle for wasting his time. Let's see. His name will be Sergeant Sutton. Will be his name, and he's just reading Pyle the riot act about making sure that people who claim to see dead people don't walk off while he's manning the front desk.
That's good advice, but we're right here.
So the Captain Red, he goes and he has a word with Sergeant Sutton and says that he'll be taking over things and that he's going to go investigate it, and we'll report in at the end of the day. And then he heads out with you.
All right. Officer Red now joining us. Possibly cult member.
So by how much do we beat John back to the house? Like, are we passing him running in the street?
No, you do not pass him running in the street, though that would be hilarious. You beat him just by a few minutes. Well, I guess let me look at your luck rolls again here.
Great.
Yeah, it's just a few minutes that you beat him by.
Is there a police car in front of the house when I arrive?
No, I'm assuming we'd take my car.
That's what I was assuming too, but is that actually how they would do things? Tell you what,
I don't imagine the police would ride with civilians.
Yeah, he didn't take a car. He was one of the motorcycle police, and he took his motorcycle down.
Okay.
Why not a horse?
Followed us there.
What I'm thinking is, would would John
See the cops and panic?
not panic, but would he sling the shotgun and put it away? It's no big deal that he has a shotgun. I'm assuming it's a hunting shotgun, a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah. I mean, the captain, he's not going to be super comfortable with you having a shotgun, but at the same time, it's legal for you to have it. It's Texas, man.
So yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm assuming John would holster it so it's not armed and it's not loaded. It's not loaded. It's not loaded. It's not pointed. It's pointed down or slung over over his shoulder if it has a sling, or it's put away.
Okay.
If Officer Red says anything about it or gives it a double take, I'll motion that he's with us, and that if he gives the shotgun a look, I'll say in case we get into it.
Okay. So yeah, y'all do beat John by just a few minutes. What do y'all do when y'all get there?
I will give John kind of an incredulous look, saying, "Watching the well? Come on, man."
Yeah. I'm imagining we're walking back there looking for John. We don't see him. Maybe we check the perimeter a little bit until he shows up or something. Maybe he wandered off. I don't know. Hopefully didn't go back in the hole. I don't really want to look in there. Hey, buddy. You're down there.
And then if anyone asks him about the shotgun, he'd be like, just to make sure I'm more prepared for if something else happens.
I get the shotgun. I was thinking about getting one myself, but was in a hurry. All right, so let's go to the well.
Okay.
And I will take a mirror out and look down the well and see if that makes any difference for my sanity roll that I probably have to make.
No, so I guess give me a luck to see if you have a mirror.
64.
And your luck is 56, was it not?
57 right now.
Yeah, so you don't have a mirror.
Oh well, then I guess I look down the well, knowing that she'll probably be gone.
No, she is still there. She is just below the water surface.
Oh,
looking
I thought you were going to say just below the.
Just a side note. You can turn to your comrades and ask them if they happen to have a said item on them.
Oh.
But you said you look. So.
Okay, so when you look in the well, Captain Red looks in the well.
Oh no, I would definitely be going. Hang on a second.
Okay, so you're kind of like, wait, don't look in the well for the body of the dead girl I said is in the well.
That I brought you here for.
Yep. I would definitely put out my arm and say, "Hang on a second."
Okay.
That if he listens to me or not, that's what I would do.
Okay, so he holds on just a second for you. He's kind of confused at this point, but he's holding on just a second.
Yeah, I'm going to say, "Yep, she's still there." Be careful, and I'm going to motion to John to grab him, be ready to grab him before he jumps in the well.
You what? Wait. Hold on. I don't know what kind of check this would be, but without anyone noticing, can John tie a rope onto the belt or something of the police officer and who's I forgot who's Eric and who's
Daniel is Eric, Zach is Carlo.
Point of order. How long has passed, roughly?
We're going to say about half an hour has passed.
Okay. Would someone who has been totally submersed be dry after half an hour?
Texas heat? Yeah.
taking into account
this
that
is
he's running
August. I
around
mean,
town.
he's dry.
Okay.
Why would him being wet matter?
It would be funny.
Okay.
Because now I'm picturing him having the interaction in the gun shop. Soaking wet.
I need a gun.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Give me a Glock 9mm. So, would it be a stealth check to tie the rope without being noticed?
That's what I'm gonna say. Maybe a more experienced person would know that there's a better skill, but for me, yeah, I'd say a stealth.
Sleight of hand. Oh, that is a skill. No, don't do that.
Yeah, but John
And
is stealth.
finally, the dice are in your favor. Yeah, you manage. Well, when Daniel puts up his hand, he's like, "Wait, just a second," and the Captain Red steps back for a second. You very discreetly just like loop it around him. In fact, you know what, I'm gonna say, knowing you, John, you actually set up a rabbit trap sort of thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And when Captain Red stepped back, you were able to pop it up and make it just barely tight around his belt, so that he doesn't notice that that he has just been lassoed, basically.
Reverse lasso from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Dang, cowboy.
Okay. Well, she's still there. Have a look.
Which is good, because when I rolled earlier, he got an 84. He miserably failed his roll, and he immediately goes head down into it, and we'll take 2 points of damage.
Ouch.
All right, well, but John is going to grab that rope so he doesn't fall too far.
Okay, give me a strength.
Strength check. It's in the
I will
chat.
assist if possible.
I
Please
would
let
say
me
if
assist.
necessary.
Yes, I need assistance.
Yes, he's going to need assistance. Go ahead and give me a delayed roll.
How do you do a delayed roll?
Where it says
So-
delayed roll, you give it a click.
Under bonus penalty, where you just rolled. Like in the chat feed.
Oh, okay. The bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want me to do it or
Yes.
Carlo?
You, John. Okay. The
I'm
rope
gonna pull back a nub.
the rope just it slips right through your hands.
That was one fat cop.
Captain One Red was a big one. It's a miracle that he fit in the hole at all, I guess. And he is now looking face to face with this girl. Let's see, who he was able to make a sanity check, so he only loses a point of sanity from looking straight into the eyes of this dead girl, and she is going to immediately start dragging him downward. What will y'all do?
Is the rope still out of the well? Can we still try to pull him up with the rope?
You can. The rope is
Okay.
quickly going into the well, but you can try to grab him.
I think we should all three grab hold. I think we would all three grab hold of the rope and try to pull him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems reasonable.
Okay. Go ahead and so I'm going to do a couple rolls
how's that
for the captain here.
We all three lose our footing, fall in the hole. TPK in a 2-foot hole.
Well, there we go.
Okay, he does not make his brawl roll. He's still being grappled by her.
Yeah, he's toast.
I like Red. He was such an important NPC.
But he does make his luck roll, which means when y'all grab a hold of that rope, it doesn't slip right off of him.
I was worried, actually. I
Yes,
didn't want to say it out loud.
he did a very good luck roll. He got an 11, so he
Nice.
was aces there.
All right, so roll again for strength.
Yeah.
Heave. Better.
Eh,
Okay.
Hit that bonus.
huh?
do the bonus roll?
Yeah, we're all heaving together. Oh,
Oh. Okay, so you were able to stop his descent, but he is not. You're not able to get him to come up. He's still grappled by the girl, but he's not going down anymore. So let's talk just a little bit about drowning.
Windows updates?
No, one of our friends just started streaming.
Just started streaming at 10:30.
Yeah, he likes to do late night streams.
Some people keep weird hours. Streamers are weird.
Yeah, YouTube people.
They're a weird group, aren't they?
I know. With their checkered hats and their stupid vests. Okay, so the way that drowning works is that you are supposed to make a constitution check. And as long as you pass that check, you are able to hold your breath and you're not actively drowning. Now, I think that the real rules for it is each check becomes a little bit harder. You have to, so the first round, you have your constitution check. Then it's your constitution check minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, until finally, after 6 rounds, it's just like, no, you're drowning now. And then once you start drowning, you're going to lose 1d6 of health until you're dead or you're rescued. So we are going to real quick see what happens to Captain Red. He's going to start with a Constitution, which he passes. He's able to hold his breath. And we will begin round 3 at this point. He has not gone deeper, but he is at this point... let's see, at this point he would be 5 feet under the water.
Dang. So about like
Which
20
is only
feet
20
down.
feet down.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep tugging away.
What's everyone's strength? Oh, John's is more than
my
mine.
strength is 80.
Yeah, I'm not the strongest. I'll take the caboose as the anchor.
Or no one can see you not falling.
I can use my
Just tie it to your money bags.
earth.
You said your strength is 80?
Yes.
All right, you're stronger than me. You should be taking the rope.
Take point.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, Eric, did you redo your character between sessions?
No, my mental stats are still off the charts.
All right. Try and fix that between sessions so we can...
I totally forgot until about 7 o'clock today.
Fair enough.
Checks out.
Hey! Oh well. 35.
Okay, that's going to be a hard success. Was that with your bonus?
That was numbers on the dice.
Okay, so roll one more d10, and that'll be your bonus.
Another d10?
Yeah.
The 5.
Okay, so you did that the first time. So this is the way you would typically do it. You roll your percentile, and then you roll an additional d10, and that's either your bonus or your penalty. Since you have multiple people helping you, you got a bonus going on. Now let's see how Captain Red is doing. First, he's going to have an opposed brawl roll, and 81. He's probably not going to win this one. Yeah, he loses that one. He's still grappled by her, but you are able to pull him up just a little bit, even though he's still being grappled.
Now we're pulling her out of the water.
And then let's see if he can keep holding his breath, which he can. He's doing fine there.
Good.
Okay, next round.
Heave.
Okay. I'll grab another d10, just roll them all at once. That's a 63 with the bonus die of 6. Does the bonus die subtract from the number that I roll, or does it replace a die?
It replaces the 10 spot. So
Okay, so I rolled a 63, and then my bonus die was a 6, so...
So you still got 63.
Okay.
Which you said your strength is 80, so that was a regular success. So he's at least not going to descend any further at this point.
Grab hold and hold your breath, old man.
He's still not breaking free. Can he hold his breath one more round? He cannot. He cannot at all. He got an 84 on that one. So he is going to lose...
Oof.
4 points. So far he's lost 5 HP. He's doing fine. He still has 10 HP left.
Awfully
Only down 30%.
awful bad optics to ask a cop to come investigate something and then he's turned up dead.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need to pull a little harder.
All right. That is a 46 with a bonus die of a 7.
Okay, so a 46, which is still only a regular. So you guys would have pulled him out if he could just break free of this little girl. They're doing opposed rolls, and he keeps losing.
Yeah, he sucks.
The old man is losing to the little girl.
He is. Okay, so he has broken free. He got 24 to her 81. He's free now.
And head out of the water.
And head out of the water. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
No more ongoing damage.
Yes. Okay, so he is out of the water. Go ahead and give me one more strength to see if you can't get him out.
35 with a bonus die of an 8. So 35.
All right.
Which
And
is my hard number. No,
And-
40 is my hard number. Not 8.
she's
Yeah,
going
that's a hard
to
success.
make one last attempt to grab a hold of him. Oh, crap. She got a 2.
Oh, Lord.
And he got a 51. She did manage to grab him, but he is above water at this point. She's
Yay,
going...
At least he won't drown.
And he is screaming at this point, "What is this thing? Get me out of here, Eric!" And he's coughing and sputtering up water.
Okay. Well, 86 with a bonus die of a 5, so 56.
56. Very good. Meanwhile, he's gonna get a 12, and she will get a 36. So he broke free again. You guys are able to pull him out at this point, and once again, the girl starts sitting right below the water line.
Did we pull a red out of the well?
Yeah, you were able to pull Red out of the well at this point.
Okay.
Pull him out, sit him down up against the well, and say, watch that first step.
Okay, I don't think there's treasure down there.
All right. As soon as like the other two pull red out of the well, John pulls out his shotgun and starts aiming it down the well.
Let her rip. Give her one. See what happens.
Anyone stops him? No.
I'm gonna plug my ears. I know where this is going.
That'll be. I'll do that too. It'll be my signal. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
All right, Matt. So roll firearm rifle, shotgun.
Yep.
Are you? What do you have loaded in there?
Rifle shotgun.
Buckshot, saber round, birdshot.
Blanks.
I don't even know.
Alright, so John, as you try to get the shotgun pointing down without actually looking down there, and so you're kind of off center anyway, and the shot it spreads out wide, and she is just a little bit below the water surface. So whatever bullets actually, or pellets, I should say, excuse me, whatever pellets actually manage to hit in her general vicinity, are stopped very quickly as they enter the water.
No. You
Well,
gotta,
I have
you
a
gotta use the
question.
big rocks.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Double barrel shotgun. Can I make another shot? Can we say that was one shot, and he's got 2?
So on a second shot, you would be rolling with a disadvantage. Yes.
All right.
Why? Because he's dealing with the recoil of the first shot.
Yeah. So go
I
ahead.
beat it hard.
Go ahead and hit the delayed.
You have to roll the disadvantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Roll.
it's not just another roll. It's I had to click the bonus or penalty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it the top one or bottom one?
I don't think
Either
it
one.
matters, though.
Yeah. So you got a something 5. Oh, I see what you did. You got a
Yeah, you clicked on
95.
it wrong.
So
Oof.
yeah, you miss.
I don't see anything.
Blam, blam.
Well, that'll teach her. Those rocks never knew would hit him.
Yeah.
How's
So
Red doing?
He probably doesn't look down to confirm, but he backs away from the well and like reloads the shotgun.
yeah. So she is. I guess. Does anyone look down there? See what's going on?
No.
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 Okay.
Once
I'm-
burned, twice
Pay more
burned.
attention to Red.
Yeah.
You know how he's doing.
Make sure he's okay.
Yeah. So he's breathing, but he's also shaking, and he's saying, Eric, what was that thing? What did you bring me out here to see?
I told you. Dead body in a well.
That was no dead body in a well, Eric.
Did it look alive, Red?
No, but it didn't look dead either.
Yeah, it didn't seem to move like a dead body, did it?
Eric, you don't need a cop. You need a priest. And he's like, I'm sorry, Eric. I am not being around for this. I don't know what you got down there, but I don't think it has anything to do with the with the chapel case of the Corbitt house or whatever it was. I'm out of here, Eric.
You got a description of those kids that went missing?
Yeah, not that.
yeah, not that. No, I don't. And he's marching off. He's out of here.
Reasonable reaction.
Well,
I don't blame you.
I've still got a brick.
Chuck it down there. See what happens. Wait. You tie the rope to him first.
Oh, I'm not looking. I'm just gonna.
Okay, then give me a brawl with a disadvantage if you're just like blindly, covering the eyes and dropping.
Where is? Oh, there's brawl.
Oh wait, I have an idea. I can't believe we didn't think of this. I put the grate back on the sewer. And then we can look down.
Is that what you do?
After he drops the brick, I'm going to put the grate back on the sewer and go, now let's take a look.
Yeah, so, Zach, that's a... Well, it's not critical. Yeah, so it bounces off the wall a couple times, and you hear a sploosh.
Like splash.
Yeah.
Okay. It was worth a shot. All right,
Okay,
so
so we put the grate on the sewer and then look down. What do we see?
Okay.
What happened?
you looked down.
I tie a rope around me and then around a nearby tree.
So what you can see is the girl. She is... she's basically kind of pulling at the chain. She's struggling, trying to get up above the surface, but just below the water surface. It's like the chain was able to ratchet back so that she can't remain out of the water.
Other than, does her expression look like panicked, pained, angry? What are we looking at here?
It's panicked. She's in pain. She's scared.
Was she acting this way with the grate open?
Yes.
Okay.
We were just too busy freaking out to.
But as soon as someone gets in that water, she's grabbing them, trying to pull them down.
Yes.
Well,
This is good atmosphere music. I like it.
we only have two options. Leave this grate where it is and go investigate the house, or dive in the water and try to get the chain off of her. I don't think anyone's going to volunteer to dive in that water.
Yeah, that's a hard pass on that option.
John would just try to kill it. So he's like,
Wait, how is the grate big enough to get the shotgun barrel through?
See, how big would a shotgun barrel be?
If it's a double barrel shotgun, it'd be about an inch by 3 inches.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Through? No, you couldn't get it through the grating of the. Like you could get it. You could get it mostly like the edges of the grate where the metal are would kind of be overlapping the barrel just a little bit.
How about a pistol?
Yes.
I'll just take out my pistol. Just line it up. Just stick the barrel through the grate. Line it up. Take one shot.
That's
And
what
see what
John
happens.
wanted to do like an hour ago. So
Well, we tried the proper way to do it.
Yeah. I'm conflicted between getting this girl out and because she might still be able to be saved, and killing her so that it deprives power to the guy who's deriving power from them never dying. Their eternal suffering.
Call me pessimistic, but I don't know if there's really any saving potential here.
That Eric has come to that conclusion too. That's why he just shot her. Or, as the dice have said, 45. What is my firearms? Handguns is 50.
Huzzah.
Okay. Roll me some damage then.
And what is the damage on a handgun? I've got pistol is 1d10.
Plus your damage bonus.
Plus DB. How do I know what my DB is?
In the bottom right hand corner of
You're
your.
right, I remember that.
Yep.
Damage bonus is 1d6.
Oh, dang, mine's 1d4.
4 damage.
So in total, what did you get for her?
2 on the d10 and a 2 on the d6, so 4 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you hit her, and saying she's bleeding wouldn't be quite right, but she is clearly damaged. And
But so she reacts.
yes, she is angry now.
Seems fair.
Okay. Well, that had a reaction, so I'm going to keep doing that.
Okay. She is going to descend toward the bottom of the well at this point.
Oh.
I was gonna say, can I join in on that?
All three of us just shooting into a grate.
No,
It's
she's
like
gonna
shooting fish in a
she's going to get
barrel.
more than a couple inches below the water. I'm not going to shoot at her again.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the grate off and climb down there.
Are you?
Are you?
No, I am not going to do that. I'm going to turn to you guys and say, do we go down there and kill her, or do we move on?
I'll do it.
What? I was... No.
Okay.
She's
I tie a rope around his waist and around his feet, so he can lower him in, and he can just be like, if she comes up, I'm a shooter.
So we're gonna do this. We're just prep. So John ties a really tight, loop around his waist. Gives the guys the rope. He goes down with his pistol and his knife ready.
Okay.
And his teeth.
Give me a climb.
Are there any trees we could tie the rope off to, with the predetermined length, so he doesn't go all the way to the bottom?
I mean, it's a well-treed area.
Can we tie the rope around?
Do we have
the
enough
well?
rope to do that?
Yes. There's a tree near enough by. I mean, like I said, this was at the back of the property, and everything about the property is to kind of keep prying eyes out. So you're able to quickly find a tree nearby at the edge of the property and tie it off.
Yeah. So my thinking is, we know it's about 5 feet to the water. I'd give him an extra foot over that of slack.
So just enough to get his head in the water.
Yeah.
Well, no. So he's. I'm assuming he's going feet down first this time.
Yes.
And
Wait, are you going feet down or face down?
No, feet down first.
That would make it hard to shoot below you.
Not if you widen your feet. Oh,
And
there's the
suck in
walls.
your gut.
okay, so John, that is not a successful climb roll right there. I want you to roll the D12.
The D12. All right.
Okay, so as you start to climb down,
High is good, right?
not in this case. You slip and you plunge just full force down into the water and descend 11 feet under the water.
I didn't even know the water was that deep.
Yeah, it was 15 feet from the grate to the water surface, and then another 15 feet from the way it looks down to the bottom of the well. Yes, Zach.
So, my intention with tying off the rope was to give him just enough slack, but not so much that he could go deep like that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying you didn't want him to go to the bottom.
Well, we conceivably don't know where the bottom is.
Yeah, I took it to mean if it was 15 feet, we were giving him 16 feet of rope, so he gets his head underwater and then just drowns.
I have an idea, Matt.
Yeah,
Just hear me out. Who was tying the rope?
Zach was.
Zach
Carlo.
rolls. Okay, Carlo
Like where this is going.
rolls a D6. Whatever the D6 is, minus that from my fall.
Sure, we'll go with it.
Okay. A D6.
Also, John, while you're down there,
So I
I
fall.
would like you to contemplate breaking the chain from the bottom of the well.
So I fall 6 feet under the water now.
Yeah,
His rope managed to slow me down a
yeah.
little bit.
I guess I'm bad at measuring.
What is everyone's luck at right now?
57.
70.
Mine was always at 50, so
Okay.
why was my luck low to begin with?
It's a factor of what you rolled in the end. It was it 2d6 plus 6? I want to say times 5. Okay, so John, I want you to give me a luck roll, and that's kind of appropriate for the situation since you're in the water here.
Oh,
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, I'm gonna give one last shot here. Nope. Okay, so when you fall into the water this time, the girl immediately springs up, but goes right past you. And instead, you see water-like claws protrude from her fingers, and she slices the rope. She is now above you, and pissed, and is headed for you.
Well, that's unfortunate.
well,
It's nice knowing him.
Give me a spot hidden.
Can he do it?
Can he do it?
He can. Okay. What you see, as she swims past you, like she's just like a dolphin in the water. I mean, just zooms right past you, and you're still looking down at where she was at the bottom of the well. You see at the bottom where the chain is attached to the wall, there is a glowing spot right next to it.
And probably a brick. if
like a
that's-
boss make point?
Yeah, like Shadow of the Colossus, basically.
Well, we can't do anything to help you unless you want us to shoot into the water.
Yeah. I've imagined I just like fall backwards on my butt with the slack rope.
Well,
Can I?
you're probably dead.
Can I dive down to try to reach this glowy
Yes.
thing?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's see.
Is that
I believe swim is a skill.
It is. I even put a couple of points into it.
yeah?
Why? I switched away. What is it? 43.
Okay, so you are able to descend another 5 feet, and she comes just barreling into you and pushes you to the bottom. Give me a brawl.
Wasn't the chain attached to the bottom?
It is.
That's where he wanted to go anyway.
It is.
For the love of all things, this is the skill I am good at.
No!
Not against undead little dolphin girls.
So, should we report 2 dead bodies in the well?
Okay, the only thing that this initial brawl is doing is that she has grappled you at the bottom of the well.
All right.
You can't swim away.
You can't
All
swim
you
away.
can do is detach the chain and push the glowy bit.
What are my options?
So you are able to clearly see on the wall is where the actual anchor point is for her chain, or I should say chains. There are several anchor points, and in the middle of them, you see recessed into the wall a stone circle about the size of your hand with a rune glowing on it.
I would like to interject. John, are you still holding your gun?
Unless the DM says I let go, yes, he has a death clinch on his gun and his knife.
I'm not saying you let go at this point, yeah.
So bullets don't travel far underwater, but if you put the gun right up to her, they don't have to.
Will a gun fire underwater?
Yes, they will.
Yes, they will. They just lose their momentum really quick.
Well, today I learned.
But
Will a revolver fire underwater?
Yes, it will. The oxygen required to ignite the powder is held within the casing.
Neat.
Is that rune within my arm's reach?
It is.
I'm gonna try to grab it.
Okay.
The description has led me to think it's more button-like.
Yeah. Is it something grabbable or pushable?
It is something you can try to grab, yeah.
All right, I'll try to grab it.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and give me. Let's call it strength.
Strength? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I?
I would use some luck, probably.
Yeah. What is it? 2 luck points to
Yeah.
meet? So I just have to lower my luck.
Yeah, by 2 points.
All right. Gosh.
And then give me a Constitution roll on top of that.
Yeah, that underwater thing.
Oops.
Okay, good.
Yay.
You are both able to grab the circle there with the rune and pull it out, and it comes out fairly easily because it's been down here for several years. The stone working around this well has come loose, and you're able to pull it out. So now you're holding on to it, and while you're doing this, you're also able to just grit your teeth and keep your breath well held. See, you were smart. When you slipped, instead of screaming, you inhaled to have plenty of fresh air.
Like a prepared person.
All right. Does my attacker change their attitude at all when I grab this?
No, she's still holding on to you. Which I guess, go ahead and give me... Did you already give me a brawl? Yeah, you did this time round, yeah.
An initial, not after the initial one.
Give me a brawl for this round to see if you can break free of her.
Yeah.
Which...
Now the question is, do you want to push it to a hard?
Yeah, so she is going to be able to hold on to you. That was her roll there I just put in.
Oh, well. Yikes.
Did the
Which
change react in any way? Did anything respond to after having pulled that thing out?
nothing yet. In fact, was that her extreme? Let's see.
That would have been his extreme.
Yeah, so she beat her extreme. The way opposed rolls work is it's not about the number you roll, it's about your degree of success. So she got an extreme success on her roll.
That means her brawl is better than mine.
Or about the same.
I mean, her
Yeah.
sole purpose is to drag people to their doom. Still don't think we can do anything to help you, John.
Yep, I'm sorry, bud.
He's down here fighting for his life, and they're just like, "Oh, he's dead."
It's a 2-foot hole.
And Zach, what are you doing during all this?
Wait, I have an idea. Let's pull the rope back up, tie a rock to it, and throw it in.
I honestly don't know. Like,
I think we should. I'm doing that.
you were seriously throwing a rock after him?
Yeah, I'm tying the rope to a rock and throwing it in there, so he can, if he needs to, he can grab it and we can pull him out.
Not like a giant rock, right? Like maybe a fist-sized rock, hopefully?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I can get on board with that.
I
Now,
can, and I don't
let
think
me go
we
get my
can
rope
lift the rock big enough to do some actual damage.
Yeah, just let me go get my rope stretcher.
I'm gonna look incredulously at the rope that you tied way too long, and go, there's plenty of rope.
While they're doing that, John, what are you going to be doing on your next turn here?
I'm gonna try to stab her with my knife.
You're gonna try to stab the girl?
Yes.
Shoot-ha!
Okay.
I don't know if the pistol would do any better.
Just going by your to hit and raw damage rolls. I mean, I've got a knife that does 1d4 and a pistol that does 1d10.
Oh yeah, pistol does more damage. Okay, I'll try to shoot her.
Okay.
All right, hit her's pistol.
God Lord, man!
Oh my god, this
You
game
gave your
hates me. This
You gave
game.
me a shoot yourself.
Okay, yeah, you miss. You missed something good there.
I'm
And
not used to shooting underwater.
she is going to she's kind of had enough of this. So she's going to try and attack you back.
What the?
Let's
Does
see.
the rope get any like wider in the water? Like, is it a narrow well, and then once you get to the water, it opens up?
It does slant outward the whole way down, but it's they're still not working with a lot of room down there. Let's see.
If I'm hearing a struggle continuing going on down there, I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to dive in there after him. But
So let's see. That is only a normal success for her.
10 feet of water.
Yeah, that's only a normal success, a regular success for her. So you can have 4 points of damage,
Oh, like 4 points of damage. Don't worry.
and let's see, and then go ahead and make a Constitution to see if you're still holding your breath. All right, you're still holding your breath. Very good.
Thank goodness.
All right, you got one thing going for you.
So you got your gun in one hand. You got this glowing rune that was attached to the wall in your other hand. You're holding your breath. The guys above are about to drop a rock your way, I believe,
with a rope on it.
with a rope on it. Okay. So yeah, I guess y'all do that. John, give me a luck roll.
No.
Guess it's better than sitting here on our butts.
Please roll below a 90.
John, take a single HP of damage as a rock hits you in the head.
From 10 feet underwater.
He's extremely unlucky.
Through the person that's on top of him, grappling with him.
But the good news is there is now a rope next to you. Oh, and we didn't do brawl for this one. So go ahead and give me a brawl. Let's see if you're able to break free from her. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. My character's gonna die from just failing every single roll.
Yeah, so
it's natural selection.
so you were just gosh, just a little bit different, and you would have tied, which would have broken free. But no, she got a regular success. I'm sorry, man. Okay, so it's your turn again, John. What are you gonna do?
At least you're not drowning yet.
Can I grab the rope to tie it around me, or at least kind of get it around my arm, or to?
Yeah, yes, you can, and you can also give me another brawl because that last one was for last round. I just did it late.
So one more brawl.
Yeah, brawl for this round. Okay, there we go. Let's see if you can't beat her.
Roll 1. Nope.
Okay, so you got a hard success. She only got a regular. So yes, you have broken free from her. You have grabbed a hold of the rope and you've tied it to yourself.
So the rune thing that he pulled out, is that something that he thinks it would look like you could hit her with?
As a quick reaction, can I give the rope like a tug?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
Tug.
Yeah.
I think something's biting.
So guys, go ahead and give me a strength check up of. I guess Eric, if you want to do that with an advantage, because Carlo is helping you out.
I'm on the advantage. 75.
That's with your advantage?
Yep.
All right, then.
For my strength is 80.
Yeah, so it was still a regular success. So you're able to pull him about halfway up out of the water. So he's not out of the water, but he's about 7.5 feet below the water surface at this point.
He's less underwater.
Yeah. John, give me another Constitution. You can do it.
I can do it.
Yes. You are just holding your breath for dear life. You are doing fantastic.
One thing you can do well is one thing that keeps him alive.
She is going to take a swipe at you as you ascend, however. Which, let's see, I don't think that is enough for success. No, she misses you.
I'm gonna drag a dead body out of the water holding a broom.
Okay, so it is the next round. John, what action are you going to take at this point?
Try to get out. So climb out or...
Okay.
Swim.
Well, would it be swim because I'm still underwater? Or would it be climb because I have a rope?
I was gonna give you a climb.
Yes, give me a climb. I will take the climb.
Okay, and guys, go ahead and give me a strength.
9.
Okay. You guys are able just to rip him out of the hole at this point.
Arm and all.
Yeah. And because you're good climb there, you're able to maneuver yourself as they pull you, so you're not being banged against the wall. You're able to just... It's like watching someone repel up a wall. And you have made it out of the hole, holding on to the circular glowing rune.
I climb out of the hole and just breathe gasp for air.
All right, I'd like to make an executive decision.
Hey, that thing.
Let's put the grate back on the hole and leave it there.
So, what you got there?
Yeah.
He extends out his hand with the rune, but doesn't say anything. He's just He's just still like, I'm glad I'm not dead.
Did you kill it?
No.
You want another go at her?
No.
Alright, so what does he have?
He has a stone circle about the size of his palm with a glowing rune on it.
Well, if it's glowing, it's probably evil. So I say we smash it.
I second that.
John hands them. Where's his shotgun? he just points to wherever his shotgun is.
As fun as it would be to shoot a rock at close range, I'm just gonna bang it on the side of the well and try to break it.
Give me a brawl.
So that's just a percentile, and then 51. My brawl is brawling 50. Shit.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
John takes it out of his hand and he tries to smash it.
I
Okay.
hand it to him.
Okay. You successfully smash it. There is a bright light from the well.
Like continuous or a flash?
It's an intense light that quickly fades away.
I'm going to verify that the grate is in place on top of the well, and then look down.
Okay, you look down and see an empty well.
Ah, thank goodness. No, now we know how to deal with that, with those situations.
Okay, next time we find a 2-foot hole in the ground with a dead body in it, dive to the bottom. Got it.
Let's review our notes. I'll pull out some of our paperwork. How many kids went missing around this house? I bet you we're going to find them all.
Okay, so if you're asking me to help you remember the things you've seen so far, you have heard a varying number of kids that have gone missing. Most people talk about it being around a half dozen kids have gone missing.
Now, we found in that cult box, we found a note saying how many kids are sustaining the guy, right?
Yes, you did. It said 12, but that was a typo. It should have said 4.
Do I have any medicine, like healing medicine, on me?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You do
what I
not.
did with the first aid kit as well.
Like you have the first aid kit, and you tried to use it earlier. Man, so what is your health status right now?
I'm at 10 hit points out of 16.
Okay, so you've been hurt decently. You could go to a hospital and they could give you some of that back. They've really made it difficult to gain HP back in 7th edition, is my understanding. Like you generate 1 hit point a day, and I think on a successful first aid you can get like 3 hit points back, I believe it is. Maybe make a note to really get some firm answers on what that is. HP recovery.
Luck isn't a skill I get to improve, is it?
No, luck is at the... Oh, we didn't do that. At the end of the session, we were supposed to do luck.
Right.
So I want everyone to start off by giving me a luck roll for the end of last session. Is how we're going to do this.
That's just a D100, right?
Yep. So Carlo, you failed, so that means you succeed.
Wait, what?
John, you succeeded, so you failed.
I rolled an 89.
Okay, so you failed, so you succeeded. And I know this is such a weird and awkward way I'm wording it, but the idea is that the worse off you are in something, the higher probability you have to improve in that skill. So you want to fail your improvement check, because when you fail it, you get a chance to improve it. So, Carlo and Eric roll a D10, and that's how much luck you get back.
Best roll John gets.
10 points.
6.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and do one more luck skill improvement check to see if you get to, for this session, get luck back.
Please, dice, please.
Oh, man. I am
47.
technically at 76 now.
Okay.
That's sad.
Bad luck, John. But, and this is the thing. The worse luck you get, the more likely you are to get it back. So, I mean, there does kind of hit a balancing point.
So you have to use 5 points per round, or per session.
That's a very mathematician way of looking at things.
Because eventually you'll get low enough that you start regaining luck every session.
No, these dice just hate me, so when I need to succeed, I fail. When I need to fail, I succeed.
I don't think anyone's going to argue that the dice hate you tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the takeaway is you're lucky to be alive.
That's where all your luck rolls went.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. You did a great job succeeding on all your Constitution checks. And I was actually subtracting the number you needed to hit each time you did that.
Oh.
And you continued to succeed even with me making it harder in my head.
So for the skills we get to improve, do we do the same thing as the luck roll?
You do, but you don't get to do them right now.
Okay.
The skill improvement check will happen whenever we finish this module.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you survive.
If you survive. I hope you've enjoyed part 2 of our playthrough of The Haunting. If you're enjoying this content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, be sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I put up new content. If you want to support the work I do here, then I hope you'll consider becoming one of my Patreons. And until the next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.